Welcome to another episode of the Property First Show, your go-to show for real estate matters, brought to you from the stables of Babsomo Communications. My name is Layoli Oyatogun. We appreciate all our audience in and outside Nigeria for keeping a date with us. We assure you that we're committed to meeting all your housing needs. To all our friends on social media, thank you for always keeping a date with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. Then follow us at Property First Show. Thank you for all your inquiries by phone calls, emails, and text messages. We're super excited about responding to them all, so keep them coming. If you desire to catch up on all our previous episodes, then search for Property First Show, subscribe, like, and definitely leave a comment. Do you know you can feature that property you have for sale, let, or lease on this program? Same goes for any property related business such as interior decor, painting, furnishing, bathroom products and equipment, cement and electronics. Or do you have a property related business you'd like us to cover? Then call the number 090-2023-2719 or call the number 081-8653-3938. Or you can also send a mail to propertyfirst@babsomocommunications.com. Soil investigation plays a vital role in the entire building construction process. In fact, it is said not doing a soil test to determine the right kind of foundation for your building may spell doom for the building years later. On our show today, the expert of the week will be examining the importance of soil tests in building construction. But before then, we have a property showcase segment where we bring to you tastefully designed properties that are up for grabs. Enjoy it. Today, we bring to you two tastefully designed properties built with consideration for the discerning prospective owner in mind, one on the mainland and the other on the island. The first of these developments is a 4-bedroom all-en-suite terraced apartment, 8 in number, located in Magodo Estate, Lagos. Magodo Estate is located on the Lagos mainland in an area overlooking the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and can be accessed from the CMD Road, not far from the old Lagos toll gate. Salient features of this modern development include a living room and a guest room downstairs.
Living room, the ante room. This is the ante room.
Okay.
This is the visitor's toilet.
Okay.
The visitor's toilet, and we have another room here. This is the guest room. Guest room. Yeah, this is a guest room. Standard wardrobe.
Okay. Bathroom
And toilet.
The living room has an adjoining dining area that gives you direct access to the kitchen. The kitchen is furnished with kitchen cabinets, marble tabletops, and provision made for the gas cooker and heat extractor.
Yeah, this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. This is the space for gas cooker, heat extractor, which leads us to.
Is that going to be fixed here?
No, the hot cooker ones we bring it.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the dining. From the dining, you can just walk straight up to the kitchen. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. A well-lit staircase with glass blocks takes you upstairs where you have a family lounge.
We have there family lounge. This is a mini family lounge whereby you can just watch TV, relax, do whatever you want. Then it's close to the rooms. You can just walk into your room straight
So
up.
if you're tired of staying in a room and you don't want to
Go downstairs, can just
lounge,
relax. Yes, this is
the madam's bedroom, which is beside the master bedroom,
with his own wardrobe and suits. With his toilet, yes, bedroom, water heater.
The master bedroom is 48 square meters in size,
6 by 8 meters in size.
It has a built-in wardrobe and a bathroom fitted with modern facilities.
And we have the standard wardrobe. That's a master's wardrobe, the biggest of all. With his toilet. With his toilet, so the wash and basin, the bathtub, and the water heater.
It also has its balcony from where you can get a good view of the neighborhood.
The master's too has a terrace. Yeah.
Ooh.
Where you can see all.
And sit out, stand out, you know.
Yeah, chill.
You're tired of everyone in the house and you just want to get rid of everyone. Just come here and have a great time.
Yeah.
Talk to your neighbors, you know. Not bad, it's very airy, I like it.
Thank you.
Adequate provision has been made for public power supply.
Tell me about the power supply in this area and if there's another way to connect power supply.
Yeah, it's already from PCN.
Okay.
Yes, we have our own transformer.
A generator base is also in place for alternative power supply.
Each house has a generator base. We have two sources, the alternative and directly from PCN. The PCN has been, we've done that. The distribution has been done, which is hinted.
Water supply is provided with a borehole for each apartment.
Each duplex has its personal borehole. Yes, so we have 8 duplex in total with 8 boreholes.
Okay, so everyone has their own direct water
Bore,
supply.
yes,
Okay,
direct.
alright, fantastic.
Ample parking space for all the apartments. Maximum security is top priority, with adequate provisions made to guarantee safety.
What about security? Everyone is very particular about that. Security is so important. You can have a beautiful house, but if the security is not tight,
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean, it's pointless.
Yeah, it's Magodo. So one thing about Magodo is they are very particular about security. Security is number 1 on their list. So with the security, we have, the security is okay. Yeah, okay.
Now let's move to Osaka, London area of Lekki, where the next property is located. It is a 5-bedroom detached duplex with a boys' quarter. This property is a study in the effective use of space, thereby allowing for proper circulation of fresh air and also gives you a panoramic view of its vicinity. Salient features of this development include a very spacious living room,
I like the fact that the living room is very spacious.
Yeah, very spacious.
down the hallway from the living room is a guest room.
To the guest room?
There's a guest room.
Yeah, downstairs. With its own toilet and wardrobe. Yeah.
Other facilities include an intercom system,
It's the intercom.
okay,
Yeah, so everything is installed like it's actually furnished duplex.
polished wood floors,
Wow.
Wooden floor.
Yeah,
It's different.
yeah, different. We actually choose this type. This is an imported material.
Okay.
Yeah, we choose to use this type to have a very good and unique standard.
Yeah, nice and different.
a fully fitted modern kitchen with modern amenities like a gas cooker with a heat extractor,
Fitted kitchen.
8 places we women love.
Exactly. Yeah, fitted kitchen with gas cooker, laundry, and every other thing a lady will want in her kitchen.
Okay, what else you have to show me?
Then this is the store.
Okay, the store.
Yeah, for the kitchen.
Spaces. And then there's back door.
Yes, this door leads to the bank.
a very spacious master bedroom with a balcony that gives you a view of the neighborhood,
This is the master bedroom. A very big,
Very spacious.
very spacious. Yeah,
People always look forward to having very neat master.
yeah, yeah,
And then you also have a balcony.
yeah. This is the balcony.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So let's go to the other parts of the house.
Oh, I will show you the bedroom and the toilet for the master's bedroom.
Bathroom and the toilet, very important.
Yeah. This is the bedroom and the toilet.
Pretty cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Bathroom and shower, the regular thing we have in bathroom.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if you don't want to have your bathroom bathtub,
Yeah.
you have to shower for you.
Definitely.
Alright.
Yeah, so everything is fitted here.
3 other bedrooms, all en suite and fitted with built-in wardrobes.
This is the wardrobe. The wardrobe, everything fitted, spacious wardrobe. Yeah, all these materials are imported materials.
Imported materials.
Yeah.
Okay, high quality materials.
Yeah, high quality materials.
The madam's bedroom, which is beside the master bedroom.
Very spacious.
Bathroom and toilet.
Yeah. Everything fitted, installed.
So you have one more upstairs, right?
Yes. This is the
Wardrobe.
wardrobe. The fitted wardrobe. Yeah.
Quite impressive.
Yeah.
We have 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more rooms upstairs, yes. Yeah. It also has its own wardrobe. Yeah. And the bedroom and toilet. Yeah. So everything is fitted and installed.
And finally, so we have 4 rooms upstairs and then 1 room downstairs.
Yeah, exactly. Then this is another room.
Okay.
Yeah, with stone wardrobe fitted wardrobe, and the toilets.
Water supply is readily available with the provision of a borehole. Power supply is constant and mostly from public source.
Potential buyer will be really concerned about the security, the power supply, and also the water in this area.
There is a borehole installed here,
Okay.
so the water supply is constant here.
Okay.
The power supply in this environment is constant.
Okay.
Yes.
And for the security conscious buyers, the neighborhood is very secured and cannot be easily accessed by unauthorized persons.
What about the security?
The security. This is an estate.
Okay.
So before accessing this estate, you need to know any resident living in here.
Okay.
So the estate is a very secured estate.
Estate,
So
okay.
no how person just come in, no stranger just come in anyhow.
And for documentation, the building has governor's consent.
What about the documentation? You know that's very important.
Yeah, for here it has a governor consent. So the governor consent is a more important aspect when it comes to documentation, the title of a house. So once it has a governor consent, then you have no problem with the documentation.
The Circle Mall, where you can go for your shopping, can easily be accessed from this neighborhood.
What are the major landmarks around this area?
We have the ShopRite and the Circle Mall around Greece locates here. And there are 2 estate gates in here. So you access these via the first estate gate.
Okay, time for the big question. How
All
much
right.
is this house going for?
So because of the material and the fitted in the door and the lighting and the environment, it costs just 100 M asking. Then the net price for here is 95 M net. Yeah. But if we see a very good client ready to drop, he could
lower.
discuss with the owner.
Okay.
Maybe.
So it's still very negotiable. That's what you mean.
That is based on meeting the owner.
Okay.
But the actual price given to us to sell this place is 95 M net.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Daniel. Thank you
welcome.
for taking us around your property.
going to break right now. When we return, it will be time for Real Estate Digest. Stay tuned. Lagos State introduces a revised land use charge law. Real estate professionals call for the review of the newly enacted land use charge law. Subscribers under the National Housing Fund have been issued 2,724 mortgages worth 20,237 million by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Audit of building plan permits of all existing buildings begins in Lagos State. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onogen, set to inaugurate Estate Valuers Registration Board of Nigeria for properties demolished to create right-of-way for ongoing road construction, reconstruction, expansion and dualization in some parts of the state. Lagos State government has approved 1.4 billion naira as compensation. The Ogun State Property and Investment Corporation is partnering with mortgage banks and the Nigeria Mortgage Refinance Company to provide affordable housing for Nigerians. That's all we have for you on this segment. Join us next week for updates in the real estate industry. Real Estate Digest was brought to you by Nightstone Properties. It's said that the first thing to do when building a house or putting up a structure on any piece of land is soil investigation. What is the role of soil tests play in property development, and who are those responsible for carrying out these tests? On our expert segment today, we have a seasoned professional who will be educating us on this very important but often ignored requirement for building construction. I have with me engineer OREOLUWA FADAYOMI, the immediate past president of Nigerian Institution of Structural Engineers. He's also the CEO of Landmark Integrated Technologies Limited. Hello, sir.
Good day.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you for making out time to talk with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay. Now, when you say soil test or soil investigation, what does it mean and how important is it in building construction?
Well, I'll start by saying, first of all, you introduced by saying often ignored. I'd like to say no. It's not that it's often ignored. It's usually done. But it's done by some as routine, as one of those papers, without actually looking and reading into it and what it says. So it's like you want to obtain a planning approval, you need a tax clearance certificate. Someone now just comes and gives you a paper, which they now get anybody, and that's the key thing. Anybody to do. It isn't just anyone that should do a soil test. There are people that are qualified to do that. But back to the question, it is the beginning of any design. Any good structural engineer will first of all visit the site on which that structure is to be constructed. There are so many reasons for doing that. The site could be slopey, it could be a marshy terrain, it could be hard rock, it could be all sorts that were not taken into consideration when the architectural drawing was being done. So the structural engineer visits the site and advises on what needs to be done. The primary one being the subsoil investigation. And the subsoil investigation is necessary. In actual fact, in Lagos State, whatever structure you are putting up that is above what we call a story building, you must have a soil test done for it, let alone when you are dealing with multi-story structures. And it's probing into the ground to know what type of material that ground is made of. I mean, all where we are, for instance, Lagos as it is, you have sandfield areas, you have muddy areas, you have some that are even undulating in one form or the other. The first few layers may be good, the other may be bad, and so on and so forth. and you don't want to put your structure under such a thing. The foundation of any building is what makes the building to stand. Therefore, you must probe the soil. So it's very critical. You must probe the soil, know what lies beneath in order to know the type of foundation to give such a structure. And that is what forms the basis of your foundation design.
Are there any methods of soil investigation?
Yes, there are various ways. There are, depending on the kind of structure you want to put on. There are some that do not need deep investigation. You can just do what we call a penetrometer test. You drill into the soil to a certain depth. The equipment that is used can only penetrate certain layers of soil up to a certain depth. And whatever information you gather from there will be enough for you to do such a structure that is on shallow foundations. Take for instance any foundation that is not more than 1.5 meters into the ground. By the time you are doing a probing up to about 3 meters, 6 meters into the ground, then you are likely to have a good idea of what lies there. But it's often and always better to try and go as far as to about 15 meters. And you have some penetrometer equipments that can actually go that length. But for best result for such things, you combine the penetrometer with a borehole. The penetrometer does not see, it just goes in there, and the resistance that it encounters during the probing is what theoretically you compute to have a good idea what type of soil could be there and what it can support. But when you do a borehole takes out the materials in the ground, and you are able to see physically and compare what is being read from the borehole, from the penetrometer test, to what you are actually taking out from the bore test, so that you can see and confirm that they actually correlate. And of course, there are also some samples that you can now take from the borehole to your laboratory for tests. And with all the chemical properties of that material, you can better classify them. Whereas in the penetrometer testing, there are no materials that actually can come out other than empirical methods or ways of doing that. That is when you are dealing with boreholes and penetrometer tests. There are some other ways by which you can say you want to test the soil. And that is when you do a load test. You have a type of soil, perhaps more of sand, and you want to determine the compressibility. When you load it, how does it behave? Rather than saying you do the theoretical things, taking out the something, you can actually load the structure at the level where you want to put your foundation. You carry out a plate test, a load plate test on it, and it determines for you the settlement that is expected. But by doing that, you must have known roughly what the load of your structure is likely to be. And if the load of your structure, for argument's sake, is going to be 200 tons or 200 kilonewtons, for argument's sake, you can now load it to an extra of like 1.5 that. And when you get that settlement, you are certain that by the time you put your foundation at that level, that is the kind of settlement you are likely to get. And those are the classical two types that one can say is very, very common. The other ones are sort of complicated. They also have to do with drilling and so on and so forth, depending on the type of construction you actually want to do.
In classifying the sands and getting your results, is there any type of soil that is not good for construction?
In a way, any soil can be modified to be good for construction. depending on who the contractor is, depending on what the construction, the degree of construction and how complex the building is. I mean, for instance, you want to do a bungalow and you are asking someone who wants to build in a peaty soil, the top 4 meters of which is peat and bad. You are now saying remove and replace. The cost of removal and replacement will exceed perhaps the cost of the structure that you want to put there. Therefore, I mean, that wouldn't have been a viable solution to that. But if you are dealing with a multi-story building for which you have no alternative, then you can remove, because that peat is peat. It's not good for construction. You have to remove it. Even when you try to not remove it, it will displace itself. So if you are replacing it with better soil, it will find a way of getting out of the system, and in short, you remove it. But most soils can be improved upon. Even debris, waste dumps, and so on and so forth can be improved. But for the middle level and low level contractors here, it will not be advisable because they will not get it right. And when they don't get it right, the problem is back to you. I mean, if you're building, if you say compact to this degree and they fail to get it, by the time they are loading the structure and something is happening, they come back to you and say, engineer, what do we do now? The problem would have been created by them. They are putting the solution back to you to find. And when you don't come up with the solution early enough, they say you are delaying them and the pressure is heavily on you. So, simply put, there are some soils that are not good for construction. Simply put.
Wow, there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed every bit of what we've brought to you today. For advert placements and inquiries, call the number 090-2023-2719 or 081-8653-3938. Let the conversation continue on all our social media platforms. Till we come your way next week with your weekly guide in the real estate market. Remember, with properties first, you're covered. I'm Layali Oyatogun. Bye-bye.